Full disclosure, I've never read the book. Okay, let's review. Murder on the Orient Express is directed by and stars Kenneth Branagh, who's known for directing Thor and Henry V. And it has a large supporting cast that includes Penelope Cruz, Willem Dafoe, Judi Dench, Johnny Depp, Josh Gad, Derek Jacobi, Leslie Odom Jr., Michelle Pfeiffer, and Daisy Ridley. Adapted from the novel by Agatha Christie, this is a story of 13 strangers stranded on a train, one murder, and one man's race to solve the crime. Having grown up seeing the character Hercule Poirot played many times by actor David Suchet, I'll say that I liked Kenneth Branagh's take on the character, and I wouldn't be against seeing him revisit the role. As for the cinematography, there was this real sense of blandness for each shot, and the camera work lacked any excitement. There was also this really odd choice to have this weird over-the-head bird's eye view shot when they discover the body and when it's examined. One, it just was not a nice shot, and two, it made you feel like you were getting excluded from the film. I think those two scenes and the film as a whole would have worked so much better had they done it like in the trailer where you see the text and what the character's occupation is. You know how you're kind of seeing it from Poirot's point of view. Another option I thought of when I was watching the film was the TV show Psych. If you're not familiar with how that show works, the main character will see a clue, the camera will then zoom in, and then the object that he's looking at will glow. If you've not seen that show and you like good, fun murder mysteries, I would highly recommend it. So anyway, I think if they had done it either of those ways, it would have worked so much better and it would have let you see how Poirot's mind works. The pacing is really slow at times, and that's for a number of reasons. The camera work, like I already said, was just really kind of dull. Second, it took about 15 or 20 minutes just to get onto the train. And third, it took about 35 to 40 minutes for the murder to actually take place. It's called Murder on the Orient Express, not The Orient Express. They do try quite a few jokes in this. A couple were kind of funny, but overall a lot of them really fell flat. Especially this recurring joke with an egg. That just did not work at all. No one laughed. And when you have a recurring joke that doesn't work, that can really hurt a film. There are moments where Poirot is meant to be showing sincere empathy. It works for the bigger scenes, but for the smaller ones, there's just not really any emotion there. Like, for example, I'm sorry about the toothache. That'll make sense when you see the film. Oh yeah, you see this Count and Countess very briefly, and I mean very briefly at the start. I think it's kind of like a blink and you'll miss it. You see them boarding the train with everyone else, and then about an hour passes and then you see them again and you're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah, they were on the train as well. Hey ma, they were on the train as well. So they were forgettable. Finally, this film really does have a good supporting cast. There's really high caliber actresses and actors in there. But the unfortunate thing is the movie tries to give everyone equal screen time, which means none of them really get a chance to shine, because you're talking about 12 or 13 people getting 10 minutes of screen time each. There's not really much you can do with that. It's just not enough. Overall, other than Poirot, all the characters are forgettable. Too many of the jokes fall flat, and when one of those jokes is the entire opening sequence, well, you're kind of giving yourself an upwards battle to begin with. I would give Murder on the Orient Express a 5.8 out of 10. I don't think there's really any rewatchability with this one. Once it gets going, it's enjoyable, but personally, I was left disappointed. So as always, let me know if you're planning to see this movie, or if you've already seen it, what were your thoughts on it? Write them down in the comments below. Let's have a discussion, and if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you can see the next movie review that I put online. Until next time, see ya.